A man opens a door at the start of the movie and is startled to discover a world that is 10 years behind our own. The technology is a million times more advanced than any other world, and there are inverted buildings and high-tech cars. It turns out that God experimented with 22 parallel worlds when he created the universe. While some of those worlds only have war and suffering, others are just like ours. Then there are the societies with cutting-edge technology and contented inhabitants. All humans, with the exception of the gatekeepers, are unaware of the existence of parallel worlds. Kirill is one of the supernatural beings tasked with inspecting those who embark on interplanetary travel. Prior to becoming anything like that, he was just a regular person. He was originally a human being from our planet. A few days prior, Kirill unexpectedly finds an unidentified woman in his apartment when he gets home from work. Before Kirill asks what she's doing there, the woman introduces herself as Rina. To his shock, the woman insists that the house is hers even though he wants her to leave right away. Kirill is perplexed and enraged by this, and the two argue as a result. The police are contacted shortly. When Kirill finally gains access to the property, he finds it completely altered on the inside, and his neighbors have forgotten who he is. Rina produces some paperwork to show that the house is hers. Kirill finally complies when the police order him to leave the property. Dejected, Kirill joins his friend to return to his office for a work party. It is revealed that he recently created a popular game, and as a result, Kirill's business was able to land a new client. Kirill's superiors are extremely pleased with him and have expressed their gratitude to him for his efforts on behalf of the business. He first encounters the strange woman after arriving home. Kirill leaves and travels to his friend Kotya's house without being able to demonstrate his ownership. While researching his property documents online, he describes his experience to the man. The following day, after gathering all of the evidence, he presents it to the National Corporation. Just as he believes the confusion is about to be cleared up, he discovers that the government office's database does not contain any record of his name. Kirill then goes to his office to look for ownership documentation, but nobody there seems to know him. Not even the people who had been praising him the previous evening for coming up with the game. Kirill, who is enraged, makes a scene in the office and needs to be asked to leave. He soon turns to Kotya, the only person left who still recognizes him. Kotya suggests that Kirill meet his parents to verify his identity because he is also perplexed by what is happening to him. When Kirill goes to see his father, he is disappointed to find that even he doesn't recognize him and says he doesn't have any kids. Kirill, who is enraged, decides to confront Rina, who appears to be the cause of everything. He enters his former residence and repeatedly requests that she leave. Naturally, this leads to a confrontation, during which Kirill threatens her with a knife. Rina doesn't react when Kirill strangely points the knife at her stomach. Kirill believes she is scaring him, so he is shocked when she stabs herself in the stomach instead. Rina passes away as Kirill tries to comprehend what just happened. Soon after, the police show up and detain Kirill on suspicion of killing Rina. Finally, the action is brought back to the present. Strangely, the police didn't bring Kirill to the station but instead just let him leave without reporting him. His phone then sends him a text message telling him to go to a nearby lighthouse. He chooses to do as instructed because he is in a deserted street at night. Kirill spends the night inside the abandoned lighthouse. The lighthouse is as good as new when he awakens the following morning. He also notices that the view from the lighthouse has changed, as though he had somehow teleported overnight. A courier man then enters the room through one door carrying a stack of books, and Rina follows through another door. Kirill is shocked because he thought Rina had passed away. Before informing Kirill that the courier is in a new world that is parallel to his own, the woman commands him to accept it. She reveals that his video game shares the same name as this world. This is when we learn that Kirill unintentionally made a portal to a different world when he designed his game. Rina proceeds to show Kirill the entire world as seen through a door. It resembles Kirill's world exactly. She informs him that he must live in his new world now that he has built the portal. By erasing Kirill's identity from his world and causing everyone to forget him, Rina has made his existence simpler. In addition, she says that thousands of other worlds are parallel to one another. Some have already had their doors opened, while others have yet to do so. Kirill is one of the special humans Rina and those she knows seek out who possess the capacity to open portals to other universes. Only a small group of people, those who travel back and forth between different worlds via a tower known as the Traveler, are aware that there are parallel worlds. Kirill questions her about how she is aware of this information and her true identity. Rina responds that Kirill has also evolved into something akin to her, and that she is not a human but a super entity. Kirill now has the ability to manifest things inside his tower in addition to his superpowers. He has been appointed a customs officer and is tasked with inspecting individuals entering the world he created through the video game. She instructs him to read the book the earlier delivered courier man delivered to familiarize himself with his responsibilities and authority. Kirill is adamant about going back to his previous life and is unable to accept this. He is cautioned by Rina, who predicted his behavior, that he will never be recognized in his world. He is merely a criminal, and if he comes back, he will be detained for her murder. Kirill invites Kotya to his tower and explains what transpired to him after Rina has left. As Kotya tries to make sense of it all, visitors start to show up. Additionally, Anton, who is later revealed to be a super entity, shows up with Kirill's former girlfriend and her date. Kotya is someone Anna recognizes, but she doesn't appear to recognize Kirill. A day before Kirill vanished from his world, Kotya caught him surprising his girlfriend Anna outside her house. Kirill, on the other hand, rarely made time for Anna and was constantly preoccupied with work, which upset Anna. Additionally, Kirill overlooked the fact that Anna's birthday was the previous day. He was refused a second chance by Anna, who broke up with him. Back in the present, Kirill reluctantly gives Anna and Anton his blessing to travel, and the two depart. A short while later, Kirill makes the decision to follow the couple along with Kotya to see where they go. Unfortunately, a robot in the form of a doll attacks the two as it tries to stop them. As a result, Kirill has the chance to use his superpower and dispatches the robot with ease. Kirill discovers Rosa, a dying woman, in the same building. Kirill quickly brings her some water after hearing her pleading for it. When Rosa drinks the water, her injuries instantly mend and she gets better. She continues by saying that in this world, water can cure any illness. If someone drinks water while they are about to pass away, they will instantly recover. Rosa also reveals herself to be a customs officer who entered this world at the age of 27 and has since stopped aging and attained immortality. Kirill spends some time chatting with her before leaving and going to sleep in the tower. When he awakens, he discovers that another portal had opened overnight, allowing him to enter a brand new, breathtaking universe. Outside his tower, on the beach, Kirill decides to venture outside and explore. Rina and the other members of the secret society will soon arrive to explore this recently unlocked world. Kirill receives a locket from Rina, who also instructs him that he is now only permitted to travel 15 kilometers outside of his tower. He risks dying if he continues walking past that point. Kirill makes the decision to go meet his parents, who are 13 kilometers from the tower, after Rina and the others have left. He is aware of the dangers but decides to go anyway. He drifts away from the tower while riding the train to his parents' house, which causes Kirill's body to deteriorate. When he starts to feel extremely thirsty, a man offers him water, which instantly revives him. Kirill pretends to be his father's student when he gets to his parents' house and joins them for dinner. Later, Anna and Anton reappear when he goes back to his tower. Anna apparently wanted to visit the recently unlocked world because it has a lovely beach. Kirill takes advantage of his position as a customs officer to learn that Anton is not dating Anna and that he is merely a man employed by the secret society to keep an eye on Anna while Anna explores the beach. Finally relieved, Kirill tries to win over Anna once more. It is revealed that Kirill was thinking of Anna, who loved beaches, when he was able to open the door to the modern world. After spending some time together, Kirill decides to take Anna to Rina's party. Rina is annoyed by this because she too has feelings for Kirill. Rosa keeps Anna entertained at the party while Kirill meets Felix, a former customs official from this world. Felix reveals that the reason he was fired from his position was because he unwittingly opened the doors to numerous new worlds. Additionally, Felix reveals that Utopia is a world that dominates all other worlds. It is the only world to which visitors from other worlds are unable to travel. Anna becomes upset as she observes Kirill occupied with others and leaves the gathering in silence. To make sure she never runs into Kirill again, she is abducted by Rina's goon and sent to another planet. On the other hand, Kirill begins looking for Anna at the party and, after being unable to find her, goes back to the tower. There, he is taken aback when a committee member gives him a task to open a door to Utopia, which is off limits. According to her, all other worlds are mere replicas of the Utopia and are not the real world. There are no disease, intolerance, or hatred in a Utopia. People there live contentedly and peacefully. The committee member wants Kirill to uncover the real world's winning formula so that other worlds can take note of it. Even though Kirill agrees to the mission, he is still worried about Anna. The following day, he finds Anna's home on a map and discovers that it is 15 kilometers away from the tower. As long as he meets his love, he doesn't care that traveling that far from the tower will kill him. As he gets closer to her house, as is to be expected, his condition worsens, but in order to prevent himself from dying, he eats the snow. He eventually arrives at her house but is disappointed to discover that she is not there. Finally, he makes his way back to the tower, where he discovers that a doorway to a brand new world has opened. This one resembles a dystopian gulag filled with destitute citizens. Everyone there is employed by a factory run by a woman who is later revealed to be the world's customs officer. She asks Kirill to give a speech to inspire her employees after finding out that he is a customs officer from another planet. Kirill concurs and looks over at the crowd where he spots Anna, who seems frail. It turns out that Rina's goon left Anna alone in this world. Kirill deftly surrounds the customs official with her own employees and proceeds to flee with Anna, knowing full well that she would never be allowed to leave alone. Despite being pursued, they eventually succeed in returning to the lighthouse. Later, When Kotya arrives at the lighthouse, it is discovered that he is a member of a secret society. He also retained his memory even though everyone else in Kirill's world had forgotten him because of this. Kotya is furious with Kirill for rescuing Anna from another dimension and limits Kirill's distance from the tower to just 50 meters. Anna's health deteriorates after Kotya departs, so he transports her to her dream world. Anna starts to improve, but after 50 meters, Kirill's health starts to quickly deteriorate. Anna removes the locket that Rana had given Kirill when he first arrived from his neck as he is on the verge of passing away. The next day, the door to a different world opens after the two have returned to the tower. This time, the perfect, technologically advanced, and utopian world is in question. The customs officer on this world, who Kirill meets, informs him that it is the original and 10 years behind other worlds. Those worlds were made so the inhabitants of this world could forecast potential future events and stop anything negative from occurring. The idealized world actively picks up on the errors of the real one. This world stays away from anything that led to the war if it breaks out in another world. In other worlds, when a disease spreads or the end of the world occurs, the same thing takes place. In a similar vein, whenever new technology is developed in the parallel world, it is immediately copied in this one. Astounded by the news, Kirill decides to head back to the tower, but the officer forbids him because he now knows the truth about the utopian world. He is attacked by numerous utopian entities, but he escapes and makes it back to the tower. It is revealed that Rina once more sent Anna to another world when she confronts him there. Kirill becomes enraged by this and attacks Rina. After a protracted struggle, Kirill kills the victim. Kirill's world starts to fall apart as she is dying. After she passes away, everyone's memories resurface, and Kirill's mother gets in touch with him to ask him to come home. Then Kotya shows up and tells him that the tower has collapsed and they are unable to enter another dimension. After the two have left, a fire brigade extinguishes the flames at the tower ruins where Kirill had asked Kotya for assistance in finding a different gateway. As a result, Rina lives and the film concludes with the tease for a sequel.